So the requirements management tool that I got a chance to look at was Asana. So to start, what is Asana? It's a web and mobile application designed to help project teams organize, track, and collaborate their specific work and requirements. So it's a great way for all the team members to be involved and to track the progress of their requirements and especially to organize everything. So they're able to organize, you know, their requirements based on whether it's functional or non-functional, and then they can check it off when it's been achieved, just so all the team members can see the progress of the entire case. So just a side note, Asana's creators actually use the applications on Asana to help increase the productivity of the employees at Facebook. So they actually use the lists and different applications to help the employees organize all the requirements and everything that they needed to do, just so that there wasn't a lot of miscommunication, a lot of back and forth time, stuff is like being wasted. So with this, everybody has access to it. So it makes it pretty easy for everybody to track it on their own. They can add what they want and they can check off when it's been completed. They can comment. So it's a good space for everybody to work and see the requirements being checked off and being achieved and actually going towards the objective. So yeah, how to use Asana. So it has multiple features that allow team members to store files and documents. So that's another big thing. It's good for security since it's a cloud-based server. The files and documents aren't going to get lost. So it's a good way. It kind of works like a Google Doc or Google Drive type thing. So everybody can see it. You can make lists of requirements and organize meetings. So there are a lot of good features. So this is actually the Asana account we're using for our InStyle case. There's not much on it right now since we're still pretty early in our process. But here we have our calendar. There's pretty good applications just for organizing meetings and scheduling. But here actually is the list component that you can use to track and organize the requirements. So I've actually added a couple in just for examples. So here we can go to add tasks, and here another thing pops up, so add section. So I actually added a section, and then I wrote here requirements, the functional ones. So I just wrote two functional requirements just as an example. So the first one was customers have access to inventory and can select the items that they would like to purchase. And then the second one, customers have access to product reviews from former users or customers. So I just wanted to show you that there are a lot of different things that can be done through the applications on Asana. So here we actually have a comment thing. So on each of the requirements, each of these little blurbs, people can comment, so I just wrote an example comment, cannot be completed at this time. So it kind of just gives everybody a heads up in the process that, okay, we understand that this is a functional requirement, but it can't be done right now. And now here I, check this one off. So I'm a make-believe case that, oh, this one was completed. So you actually mark complete, click to mark incomplete. So it's a good way for you to just check things off the list so people can see that that's been done, that's been completed. It's no longer like an active functional requirement. It's been done. So then I made another one. I did another section for the non-functional requirements. So I, again, did just two random ones. The website will be available to customers 99.99% between the times of 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. The website will be available on any browser, mobile or desktop, iPhone or Android, or on a tablet. So, again, say that this one has been completed. You can check this off. Or say another person goes on, looks at the non-functional requirements and says, well, this, it should also be, I don't know, should also, specify which browsers it can work with. So now everybody, in the group can see that somebody's commented on that non-functional requirement, and they can make the necessary changes. Oops. So the advantages of Asana. So like I said, it's a cloud-based server, so all the documents uploaded are completely backed up through the server. So their safety is pretty much ensured. Also, kind of like Google Drive or Google Docs. Every team member has access. And then also, requirements can clearly be defined and listed in the list option. So that's kind of what we looked at here. So when it has been achieved, it can be checked off the list. So say this one, this comment was finally resolved, then it can be checked and it's been done. Although there are some disadvantages of Asana, there is no exact requirements tool, so team members need to be specific in their descriptions. I mean, there is no option that says, okay, right here, the functional requirements. I mean, team members need to put that in themselves, so they do have to be specific in their descriptions of everything. So team members need to manually add what type of requirement it is. So, I mean, when using Asana, you should pair it up with other software. It is more of a project management requirements tool, so it has more like organization features, and it is a great way to kind of checklist your requirements and organize them, but it really isn't like a requirements management specific tool. So that does need to be taken into account if your team does decide to use it. I mean, for the InStyle case, it is a great way to organize everything, but I mean, say a company was trying to make a website and it had so many different aspects to it that they had to think about the financial side of it, and the programming and coding side of it. And then they also had to think about, their offshore outsourcing part of it. So there are going to be so many more requirements, so much more than just functional and non-functional. I mean, right now in the InStyle case, it's very black and white. It's very, there are many parts to it, but they're very manageable. But if you are going to be doing something that's much bigger and has a lot more like moving components, Asana might not be the best, but it is good for something on this scale or on this level. So like I said, overall recommendation. I mean, it's a great tool to use to organize and prioritize requirements. It's a great way to kind of see the progress of everything, to kind of understand the scope of it, of the entire process, and see where your team members are with everything. It should be used with other software. Like I said, it shouldn't be used on its own. It should be paired up with other things. But all in all, it's simple, clean, unique. It's pretty easy to use. I mean, if you just kind of take a look at it, it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, here you've got everybody that's going to be in your group, you've got all your projects, you've got your calendar. Here you've got tasks, so you can write down your requirements. So it is a pretty good organizational requirements management tool, but like I said, shouldn't be used on its own and shouldn't be used for something that has a much greater scope or a lot of different parts to it.